IAEI News Live. My name is Thomas Dimitrovich, and I just want to make sure that we are. Yes, we are. We're live. Okay. I just wanted to make sure we're live. So welcome to another session of IAEI News Live. I hope you all have your code books ready. I've got my copy of the National Electrical Code, the 2023 edition. I've got NFPA link up and all that jazz. Larry Griffith, good morning. But we are going to talk about bathrooms. So our discussion today is around bathrooms. And believe it or not, we're hitting bathrooms. We're going to talk about it live. And it all starts now. Oh, all right, you're back. I was just getting everything ready. Okay, so I got to bring up my chat box and make sure that I've got everything set, which I believe, oh, there, now that's working, finally. Hey, Willie Snyder, welcome, brother. Happy Tech Tuesday! Happy Tech Tuesday! Yes! And if you're not here on Tech Tuesday, it's a lose day for you. All right, so I am trying to get my slide deck to cooperate, but for some reason, I just can't. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put my restream over here. Hey, Michael Hofkin in the house. Freddie B, David Englehart. Thank you all for joining. And it wants to use my Face ID, but ain't gonna happen. Cancel. So at gmail.com. I just got to get this going. All right, so bathrooms. So if you think about what we've been doing, we have T. Dimitrovich at gmail.com. All right, motorcycles. I got to highlight everything that's a motorcycle. I hate that. I have a computer telling me to verify that I'm not a computer. Jeez, man. All right, I'm going to bring the chat up over here. All right, so I don't know why. There it is. All right, so we're talking bathrooms. And Mr. Sanchez, Dr. Sanchez, I presume, is in the house. So we're going to talk bathrooms. I know that for sure. I'm going to close down this because I want to display something. And for me to do that, I'm going to try something. I'm being blind here. That's not what I wanted to show. I don't know why. But bear with me, gentlemen and ladies, if there are ladies out there. Do you have any idea why the code was changed to prohibit face up in a bathroom cabinet? Give me a section number. Give me a section number, Willie, and I am going to see what I can do. That's a display capture. Okay, so that's this one. And that's that one. I hit OK. All right, so hit me. I don't think I thought it was an issue. You don't think you thought it was an issue. Well, think again, Willie. Think again. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to hit this button. There we go. Article 100. This is what we're talking about right here. Jody Wages, the Joseph Wages. Welcome. I'm very glad that you are here, sir. And we've got Willie Snyder in the house, who didn't think that he thought it was an issue. And I said, think again. Foretelling the future when I wired my house in 1989 and the bathroom receptacles on a 20 amp circuit. Amen, brother. Okay, so this is the definition. It says an area including a sink with one or more of the following: a toilet, a urinal, a tub, one or more, and a sink. So here's the thing. Your anchor point is a sink. If you do not have a sink and you just have a toilet, it doesn't meet the definition of a bathroom. Would you agree? So Michael Hofkin, all right, here's two essentials. Number one, you're going to need your book or an FPA link. Number two, you need your spectacles. All right? Let's give us a background. There we go. Now I look a little bit. Got some background going on. All right, so Mr. Hofkin is talking in 406. 406.5G2. 406.5G2. Under sinks, receptacles shall not be installed in a face-up position in the area below a sink. So, Willie Snyder, Mr. Snyder, your question was, why do I have any idea why the code was changed to prohibit face-up receptacles in a bathroom cabinet? I would argue it doesn't just address a bathroom cabinet. It addresses all cabinets, because it says that are under a sink. And I think if I were to hazard a guess, when you're under a sink, you're probably having the increased likelihood of a leak or intrusion of water on the bottom of that cabinet. And what I would guess, I am not looking at the panel statement, I'm not looking at substantiation, I'm going out on a Dimitrovich limb. All right, and remember, what comes out of here started up here, but everything I say is right from the heart, okay? Remember that, Willie. My guess would be, my professional guess would be that we're worried about water intrusion into the receptacle outlet, into the receptacle. So, face up under a sink. It doesn't say in a cabinet. It says under a sink. Receptacles shall not be installed in a face-up position in the area below a sink. So I would argue that it doesn't have to be in a cabinet. If you had a floor and you had a floor receptacle and it was under a sink, you would not be able to put it there. So it doesn't even have to be in a bathroom. It doesn't have to be in a cabinet. It's just got to be face up under a sink. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Hofkin, for that. Nihad, yes, great discussion today. I was having a lot of technical difficulties. I am still having some technical difficulties, but I am doing what I can to survive. All right, a bathroom is an area, not a room. Oh, very good point, Mr. Hofkin. Very good point. Look at the definition. The definition says an area including a sink with one or more of the following: a toilet, a urinal, a tub, a shower, a bidet, or is that a bidet, or similar plumbing fixtures. So, you are correct, Michael, Mr. Hofkin, that a bathroom is an area. So that means I don't need to have a room. I could have Boy, that would be an interesting house to go into, wouldn't it? Could you imagine walking in and there's a bathroom area because you've got a commode and a sink along the wall right there next to the living room. So, David Engelhardt, a receptacle in a toilet room with just a toilet and maybe also a bidet or a bidet, whichever part of the country you're in. Here in West by God, Virginia, I call it a bidet. Behind a door doesn't need to be GFCI protected. So, Michael, look at this. We've got a good debate going on. Michael Hofkin is saying, is the bidet in a bathroom area? So, I think where you're going, Michael, and I'm not sure if others will chime in here. If I have, I don't know if I can do this. I'm going to try to do something. I am going to do my best. Nihad, I am testing. I am testing my abilities here. Yeah, see, it's not. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something. Let me show you something. Oh, I see the issue. I see, said the bunny rabbit with no ears. All right, so hold on, gentlemen. I got to check something. Hold on. All right, so I am going to try something here. I'm going to give it a whim. So what I think the discussion, I will do that, Jody. 2020, I will go to the analysis changes for 2020, and that is NEC. So hold on one second. Give me a break here. So here's the current discussion. Here's what I think the current discussion is all about. If I have a bathroom, so this is a bathroom area, all right? I'm just going to go out on a limb here and try this discussion, guys. I have a bathroom, and I think where David Engelhardt is going is, let's say that I have a little room like this, and I've got a commode. How you like that commode, huh? And there's no sink in here. And let's say, David, that on this side is the bidet. And this is the toilet. So all you do is when you get done, you stand up, you turn around, you back in, right? All right? So, and let's say that your sink is over here. We're doing bathroom design 101. And then there's a receptacle here. And let's say that there is no, there's no toilet. Let's say this, right here. This is your shower. This is your sink. And that's your toilet. So I believe, Mr. Engelhardt, this is what you're speaking to. Would you agree? So if I have a receptacle, say right here, yeah, I got the door right there. There's my door. The question you have does that receptacle need to be GFCI protected? What say the audience? And while you guys are arguing about that, now remember that the definition of a bathroom is an area including a sink with one or more of the following: a toilet, a urinal, a tub, a shower, a bidet, or similar plumbing fixtures. Michael believes this should be GFCI protected. Anybody else? And I got the privacy door in there, David. So let me know what your guys and gals or thoughts are on this one, while I fix another issue over here. So, and I believe it was Jody Wages mentioned that I'm going to open up the analysis of changes, the 2020 edition, and I'm going to try to find that that public input, Jody. Is a bidet considered a sink? Ooh, is a bidet considered a sink? What y'all think about that? In my opinion, it's a plumbing fixture. I'll give you my opinion on that. Is I believe that it would be a plumbing fixture, and it would not be. It would not be a sink. That's just my opinion on that. And in my opinion, so here's remember, it does not seem to per the definition of a bathroom. David, I think in my opinion, it is all, what is your perspective of an area? That would be my thought. What is your... Bill Mooney says it's within 6 foot of us. So here's what we're doing. We're going to 210.8. And I know this is why everybody, okay, we're going to 210.8. We know what a bathroom is. Now we're trying to reconcile 210.8 requirements. And let's say that this bathroom is in a residential dwelling unit. What does 210.8 say? Dwelling units. All 125 volt through 250 volt receptacles installed in the following locations. I have bathrooms, and we know what a bathroom is, and the big question is, would this area and this area, are these all one common area, or are these two separate areas, right? Bathroom, kitchens, areas with sinks and provisions for food cooking, buffet, rooftop, outdoor sinks, where receptacles and cord and plug connected, fixture station, appliance area. I'm looking for basin. Who said basin? Basin, Bill Mooney. So Bill, it says sinks, 6 foot of a sink, the bowl of the sink. It doesn't say basin. I got indoor damper wet locations, locker rooms, garages, crawl spaces, unfinished, aquariums, laundry areas, bathtubs, and shower stalls. Bathtubs and shower stalls where receptacles are installed within 6 foot of the outside edge of the bathtub or shower stall. So, in my opinion, you're going to go to your AHJ and you're going to ask them, what do they consider that? Do they consider that a bathroom area? Or is it a separate area? And if it's a separate area, then I would argue I could understand. Yeah, Bill. How is a toilet that holds water any different in a sink that holds water? And if you have a receptacle right there, Bill, if you have this receptacle right here, it's going to be there probably for a bidet. You're not plugging your cell phone in, okay? I don't know of anybody who spends that much time on the throne, but I'm not going to say that would. That application doesn't exist. What I'm saying is that receptacle that's located right next to that commode is probably there to accommodate a bidet. And now you have 120 volts tied to a seat, which is probably heated. And I'm sure there's probably conductors. I don't know how they heat that. So in any case, I could see, I could definitely argue why there should be GFCI protection there. I could definitely see an AHJ going either way. But bottom line is, you've got to go talk to your AHJ. What I say doesn't matter. What anybody else says. What another AHJ says not in your jurisdiction doesn't matter, right? So, and if you really don't like it, you got to put it in. And you're right, Michael is right, that the definition of a bidet includes, it says a sink and one of the following. So, and a bidet is one of the following. So a sink and a bidet are definitely not the same. A sink and a toilet, definitely not the same. So what they should say is within a bowl of water. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? All right, so, and I'm looking for the public, I'm looking for the change in the 2020 on Face Up. So let me Face Up. Boy, I'm just going to search for the word up. And that was a big mistake. I'm searching for the word sink. And Jody, you said the slide. There it is. 406. So let's do this. I am going to try this one. I have to get my... there we go. So... receptacle outlets prohibited from being installed in the area beneath the sink in the face-up position. Receptacle outlets have been prohibited from being installed in the face-up position in or on countertop surfaces or work surfaces since 2002, and in all countertops and work surfaces since 2014. Common sight to see in plumbing pipes connecting to a sink is that supply and drain. Receptacles for such things as garbage disposals installed in the face-up position under the sink is subject to water entering. See that? I knew it. My gut told me that. So a new language will help mitigate the potential hazard. All right. So that, my friends, is Paul Harvey's The Rest of the Story. Okay, so let's get back to this discussion. Now, the other thing that we know is that Article 100, let's take a look at, we just made a change in the 2023 edition of the NEC around habitable rooms. And I'll tell you why we added it. We were having a point of discussion in regard to which section. There was a section of the code. There was a section of the code that we changed in 210. And we had to change it because, and I think it was it 21052? It had, there it is, 210.70. 210.70A1 mentioned habitable rooms. And then in the body of the text, it said at least one lighting outlet controlled by a listed wall-mounted control device shall be installed in every habitable room. Kitchen, laundry area, and bathroom. Well, it didn't have laundry area. It said kitchen and bathroom. We added laundry area. So the problem that we had was, if you look at the definition of a habitable room, well, is that a new definition? Is that a new definition, or was that moved? I got to look at 70 2020 edition. and search on habitable room. Habitable room. Okay, it was. It was a definition. It wasn't a new definition. Habitable room was in the 2020 code. I'm not sure why I'm saying that it was added. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. It was a new, it was a new during the 2020 code cycle, not the 2023. I modified this slide, so I made the mistake, mister. So it was a new room in the 2020 code cycle. All right, so when we added that in the 2020 code cycle, let me call up, it's a room in a building for living, sleeping, eating, or cooking, but excludes bathrooms, toilet rooms, closets, hallways, storage, or utility spaces. So the problem that we had was in that section in 210.70 was that in that section of the code, in 210.70, we said habitable rooms, and we included the rooms that are not habitable rooms. So we had to change the title of 210.70A1 to include kitchens, laundry areas, and bathrooms. So a bathroom is not a habitable room. So when you see anything that impacts a habitable room versus a not a habitable room, you know that bathrooms is or isn't included because of the definition of habitable room. All right, the NEC definition of bathroom uses both. Okay, thanks for the answer, sir. It's easy. I would wash my face in the sink, but not a bidet. Thanks for that information, Michael. Really appreciate it. All right, so we know it's not a habitable room. We know what the definition is, right? A kitchen is a habitable room. So why add it to the title? Ooh. A room, you know what? Michael, I look forward to your public input because you're right. A kitchen is a habitable room because it says sleeping, eating, or cooking, but excludes bathrooms, toilets, closets, hallways, storage, or utility spaces. So let's read the requirement. At least one lighting outlet controlled by a listed wall-mounted control device shall be installed in every habitable room. And a kitchen should be included. So we put it in the title, Michael, because it was there in the body of the text. Nobody wanted to remove that text, I guess for clarity's sake. And we, in my opinion, we should have not put it in the title. To your point, kitchens are already a habitable room. And you know what? We might be able to fix that. This is a part of, I think, Alan Manchi's task group for CMP2. I will bring that up, Michael, and I know UL will support that, right? We can remove it from the title, but we don't need to remove it from the text. Note, kitchens, habitable. All right, so very good point. Good discussion. All right, so I had another point here. And for some reason I can't get... There we go. Now, we got into this discussion. There was confusion. So one of the things that we did was we added an exception for in the 2023 edition of the code cycle. with exhaust fans. So the exhaust fans were a point of discussion during the 2023 cycle because, and I think a picture says 1,000 words. You see that image up there, right? That little puppy right there. That is a receptacle. Very well painted by the painter, I might add. God only knows how much paint got inside those little slots. I would almost argue, what would you guys do with regard to the paint that may have gotten in? I mean, you could tell they just sprayed right over it. So do you think the contacts inside that ceiling fan might have been compromised? I'm just saying, when you look at the close-up picture of this, I am surprised. Look at that. You can see the buildup of paint on that receptacle considerably once you start looking at it close up. So I could make an argument that I don't know, man. What do you guys think, Michael? Would you like that? I mean, there's a lot of paint that got on that. I don't know. My opinions are, dime a dozen, but I just have a feeling that that's just not looking good. But in any case, we do have a requirement for an exception that you do not have to GFCI protect that receptacle outlet, because it is a receptacle outlet that's in a piece of equipment. It's a receptacle, not a receptacle outlet. It's a receptacle. What does 210.8 say? 210.8 says receptacles installed. Doesn't say receptacle outlets. So that is a receptacle regardless of whether or not it's in an outlet. It's in a piece of equipment. I would say it's a part of a listed piece of equipment. But it doesn't say, the exception here is that if you have that receptacle does not need to be GFCI protected because it's there for serving a specific purpose. And Fred, I agree with you. I'd pull that out and replace that other one. This one right here on the right, I would replace that. Obviously, in my opinion, it has been compromised. And if I made those ceiling fans, because here's what's going to happen. Here's what could happen. That could create a hot spot. You could have a bad contact of the fan, which could then turn into a glowing contact, heat, melt, and cause a fire. And then you know who they'll call into court? The manufacturer of that fan and the contractor. And the paint will be long gone by then. So I would question it. Now, my next slide is pretty goofed up, but I'm going to try to fix it. So give me a second here while I try to fix the layout of this slide. Let me go full layout, and I'm going to make this. All right. This is okay. Now, here's what's going on here. So this, if you recall, there was this device, and I'll show a picture of it. This device here. So the journey of this device in the code is interesting, to say the least. 110.14, good question, Willie. So this device here is technically considered a receptacle. And they added a definition, and they fixed the terminology. So if you go to your definitions, weight supporting, I think it's under W's. Goodness gracious, wait. I'm gonna look under all. a weight supporting, I'm gonna look under R for receptacle. RE, recreation, receptacle, weight supporting ceiling. So they changed they created a definition, they changed the title of what these things are. But because they're a receptacle and you find them in a bathroom, you could find them in a bathroom in the ceiling. Because they're a receptacle, they would have needed to be GFCI protected. And the first time they changed this to a receptacle, that was the message you heard from everybody. GFCI protect these because they are a receptacle. So then we put an exception in, and now we had to change the exception. We had to modify it to align with weight supporting ceiling receptacle and a weight supporting attachment fitting. The attachment fitting goes on the device, and etc. Freddie B, enhanced content for bathroom shows the toilet in a separate room. Das ist interesting. So, enhanced content for bathroom, 210.8a. We're going to go to 210.8a. I'm not going to show everybody the enhanced content. I'm going to go enhanced. Yes, they did. Well, yeah. All 125 equipment in bathrooms must have GFCI protection, including receptacles that are integral with luminaires. The term bathroom applies to the entire area, whether or not a separating door, as illustrated in the exhibit below, is present. Well, that's an opinion, in my opinion. Remember, so here's the thing. Here's something to remember, Fred. All that blue text is not enforceable. It's an opinion. It's an opinion of an individual or more than one individual. And in my opinion, the AHJ rules. Whatever the AHJ calls, do I think it's very clear? I don't know. I could understand both sides of the table. I would like to argue that, hey, it is an area and that door doesn't matter. But another part of me says it's a door. What would happen if the commode and the bathtub were out in the open and the only thing behind the door was the sink? What would happen if I had a sink? This is probably, oh yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Let me show you something. All right. I hate this. I have to put a button in here. Display, and I'm going to display the iPad. So let's say, for example, I've got this going on, right? This is a bed. And that's a bed. There's my door. And let's say I have this. And outside my bed, I've got this going on. Oh man, we're getting funky here. All right, I have this going on. This is a sink. And the only thing in this room is a commode. So my sink is in the bedroom, right? My commode is by itself inside of is a separate room. It's a toilet room. This would be the most challenging case. When you look at this here, you've got your bedroom over here, or a hallway, And everything behind the door is, I would consider, in the bathroom area, right? You've got one door going in, you're going to close it, and everything in that one door, and even if you include that little privacy door, it's not a separate room. Doesn't, I don't know if there's a definition for a room. But in this case, I've got a door. I've got a separate room, and maybe I put a bidet over here. A bidet. Or no, how about this? Over here, I put a shower. Let's say that I put a shower right here. So I got my toilet, I've got my shower, and I've got my sink inside the bedroom. And this is a door that separates where I'm going to shower and do my privacy stuff. If I have a receptacle in here, for whatever, maybe a little space heater, whatever it is this a bathroom? I would say this area in here does not meet the definition of a bathroom because there's no sink inside that area. It is a commode and a shower. Now, I don't think it's common, but that, in my opinion, that is the challenge. That's the challenge right there. What do you do with a receptacle, GFCI protection, and all of the requirements for bathrooms in that area? Remember, there are other requirements, not just that, right? You have I'm looking for the requirement for, there we go. All right, so this one here, this was a requirement. This was a requirement in 440.8. I believe this was added. I can't remember if it was a 2020 or 2023. But there's a requirement for outside of a shower, 440.8. And 440.8 hopefully does not reference a bathroom. 440.8, 430, 440.4. 440.8 says an air conditioning or refrigerator system shall be considered to be a single machine under the provisions of 440.87, exception number 1. The motors shall be permitted to be located remotely from each other. Air conditioning and refrigeration equipment shall not be installed within a zone measured 3 foot horizontally and 8 foot vertically from the top of a bathtub rim or shower stall threshold. So it doesn't say anything about whether or not it's in a bathroom. So I would say that's a good thing. I don't know about you, but I would say that is a darn good thing. All right, so how about, let's go to the 210.11c3, bathroom branch circuits. 210.8a10 addresses the shower area. Oh, 210.8a10, bada bing. Bada boom. My buddy Michael Hofkin in the house. He is a rock star. 210.8a10 says bathtubs or shower stalls where receptacles are installed within 6 foot of the outside edge of a bathtub or shower stall. And you know what, Willie Snyder and Fred, what if we added within 6 foot of the outside edge of a commode? Bam. We could add that right in there. Then that covers everything. Right? It covers everything. Oh man, this is good stuff. That's why you didn't include shower in your inquiry. Says you were smarter than me. Okay. So if I took shower out, what you're saying, David, if I took shower out of this, if I took shower out of that, and you would, I took shower out, so I did. I took shower out of that. So what you're saying is that now the ambiguity is back. And that's why I think we should add within 6 foot of the, I don't care if it's outside or inside, edge of a commode or a bidet. That would pick up the, oh man, Nihad. So in your opinion, Michael, you think that this, even though we are in a bedroom, let's make the bed smaller. And we know this is a bedroom area, right? And we put the sink in the bedroom. The commode is in its own room. You know what? I think I could have a great argument with my inspector. You obviously would need, where is the bathroom? There is no bathroom. You know what I would go to? I would go to the building plan. If the building plan identified that as a bathroom, you know what they might identify it as? A half bath. A half bathroom. This is some good stuff. I don't know about you, but I think this is some good stuff. So let's talk about the branch circuit. Let's get out of this bathroom area and talk about the branch circuit. So 210.11c3. Let's take a look at 210.11c3. 210.70, 210.25, 210.11 is your branch circuits required. 210.11c, dwelling units. 3 is your bathroom branch circuit. It says, in addition to the number of branch circuits required by other parts of this section, which means the laundry and the blah, 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 one or more 20 ampere 120 volt circuit shall be provided to supply bathroom receptacle outlets required by 210.52d and any countertop and similar work surface receptacle outlets. So you need to have 120 ampere branch circuit. And I'm going to keep going back. I tell you what, that drawing is bugging the bejeebers out of me. It really is. Nihad, this is really bugging the bejeebers out of me in that I have a bedroom with a sink in it. And then I put my commode in a separate room for privacy. And if I don't have a shower in there, now I just have a commode and a sink. But the sink and the commode are not in the same room, but then what is an area? To Michael Hofkins' point, Michael Hofkins saying, look, Michael Hofkins saying, that's a bathroom area. And the bathroom area can transcend the door. I think we need some clarity, and I'm not sure we can get it done this cycle. And he says if that's not in a bathroom, then you don't need a receptacle to serve the countertop at the sink. You're right, Michael. And if you put one in, it doesn't even need to be a 20 ampere receptacle. Branch circuit, 20 ampere branch circuit, because you're not in 210.11c. 3. You have to count as wall space. Well, hold on. Countertops and work surfaces, that is in receptacles required, right? So you do need, and in the receptacles required section, that's in 210.52, right? 210.52 talks about dwelling unit receptacle outlets, countertops, and work surface receptacles installed for countertops and similar work surfaces as specified in 210.52c. So countertops in kitchens, pantries, breakfast rooms, dining rooms, and similar areas of dwelling units, receptacle outlets for countertop and work surfaces that are 12 inches or wider shall be installed in accordance with C1 through C3. Now, bathrooms is not in there. Similar areas, you could I argue, breakfast rooms, dining rooms, kitchens. Oh, the webs we weave. Oh, the webs we weave. Telling you, this is an absolute interesting discussion with regard to the configuration of that room. I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew everything until just now. I mean, I didn't think I knew everything. I thought I knew a lot with regard to bathrooms. I mean, it's a small room inside of a structure. Okay, I know I got to bring a 20 amp branch circuit to it to serve the receptacle outlets. And if I want to bring a 15 amp receptacle, if I want to bring a 15 amp additional branch circuit to that bathroom for, I don't know, a television, stereo, heater, whatever else, I can make it a 15 amp circuit. There's nothing in, we added that clarity in 210.11c3 that basically says, look, you can bring, if it's other, you can bring a 15 amp receptacle to that. It doesn't have to be 20 amp if it's there for some other reason and not one of the required, right? So we addressed those concerns. At least I thought we did. Right? So yeah, so here's my, hold on. I got to go to display and I got to get rid of that and bring up that. So in this case here, what we were showing here is that, look, you know, if I bring this heater element, 210.52d, 210.52d bathrooms, at least one receptacle outlet shall be installed in bathrooms within 3 foot of the outside edge of each sink. The receptacle outlet shall be located on a wall or partition that is adjacent to the sink or sink countertop, located on the countertop, or installed on the side or face of the sink cabinet. In no case shall the receptacle be located more than 12 inches below the top of the sink. Right? So that receptacle is not there to meet the requirements of 210.52d. And it doesn't serve a countertop, so I'm permitted to make that a 15 amp branch circuit. Make sense? No, it's small area inside a structure. True, but if you're right, it would have to be on a 20 amp circuit, and that's not a bathroom. Bonding of the hydro massages. Boy, you guys are chatting it up. If the air is not a bathroom, then you don't need a sink. Countertop. See, hence it is a bathroom area. I'm telling you, I'll tell you what, I don't know about you, but we stirred some stuff up here, Michael. I think we stirred the pot, and that's a good thing. It's getting us thinking. Now, another thing that the code did was say that this is what we did in the 2023 cycle. Remember, we added the 10 ampere branch circuit in anticipation copper clad aluminum, 14 at a number 10, number 14 at 10 ampere. That didn't make it into chapter 3, but we still have this that you can't serve bathroom and laundry area exhaust fans on a 10 amp circuit. And we added clarity on what can and what can and cannot be on a 10 ampere branch circuit. This was the lighting outlets required laundry areas. And why did I put this? Oh, look, it says in 210.70, if you go, now let's talk lighting. So we talked about receptacles, right? Now let's talk about lighting. Habitable rooms and bathrooms. Remember, bathrooms not a habitable room. At least one lighting outlet controlled by a listed wall-mounted control device shall be installed in every habitable room, kitchen, laundry area, and bathroom. The wall-mounted control device shall be located near an entrance to the room on a wall. So I need to have a lighting outlet inside the bathroom, and it needs to be controlled near the entrance. Now, it doesn't say inside. So on my bathroom upstairs, I'll tell you what we did. I had the previous electrician who wired the bathroom up. They put a mirror. When you walk into the bathroom, I'll tell you what we did, because I am going to show it to you instead. I am going to show you something. Bear with me. Gotta go to studio mode. And I gotta go to display, and we're gonna show my iPad. All right. So the way my bathroom is like this. So this is the bedroom. This is a hallway. Right here is sort of they got a sink, and they put a mirror right in front of this sink. And there was no room to put a light switch. So the only switch that used to be in this room was over here on this, actually, it's right here. There was a light switch right here. And there was a fixture right here. And actually, we put a fan in there. I got a shower over here. I got a tub over here. And then we have a closet over here. Okay. So what we did, we took, when I removed this mirror, I found that what they did was there was a three-way switch in this room. And because they wanted to put a mirror there, they took the switch out. They filled the entire box with plaster. And then put a mirror over top of it. Yuck. But in any case, we took the mirror off and we opened that box, and what I did was I had the electrician put the light switches on the outside of the room in the hallway. So when you walk in to the bathroom, right on the left in the hallway are the light switches to control the lights in the bathroom. Now, the language in 210.70, it says, at least one lighting outlet controlled by a listed wall-mounted control device shall be installed. That's the lighting outlet has to be in the room. The wall-mounted control device shall be located near an entrance to the room on a wall. So it can be inside the room or it can be outside the room. It doesn't have to be inside the room. So we were able to add the true three-way switch and not compromise the location of the mirror by simply turning the box around, basically cutting a hole on the other side of the wall, turn the box around, push it out the other way. Then we drywalled the inside, made it look nice, drywalled it, painted the bathroom, and then on the outside we just added a receptacle or a light switch. So that was how so I just wanted to point out that it doesn't have to be inside the room. All right. So I'm at an hour right now. So let's just do a recap on everything that we chatted about, because what we did chat about a lot, and we stirred the pot a little bit, which I'm glad we did. Does each entry to a room, such as a living room in the middle of a row home, need a switch? Well, Michael, I think we're going to do next week's session on this very topic. Lighting in a dwelling unit. What do you think, Michael? Lighting in a dwelling unit. Would you like to join me? Well, let's make sure I'm going to be here. Tuesday. Am I going to be here Tuesday? Yes, I am. Hey, let me know if you want to go live, Michael. Get a camera, get a microphone. You and I can talk about lighting in a dwelling unit. All right, Robert from Omaha, thank you for joining. It says near an entrance, not at each entrance, correct? Yes, it says near an entrance. Well, you know what we did have? So we had a discussion about this. I'm glad you brought it up. Well, you know what? I'm going to check something real quick. That's the one under control. A vehicle door where lighting outlets installed in the interior. Hold on. Oh, man. I could have swore there was stairways for dwelling units, attached garages. There was something about attics, and I can't find it, but there was something about attics, and we're going to have to save that discussion for next week's program on lighting and the dwelling unit. Michael, let's connect and we'll get something hooked up. All right. So next week, tune in. Michael Hofkin and I are going to talk about lighting and the dwelling unit. Dilemma or gray area or not. I'm loving it. This is going to be a great discussion. All right. Thanks for chatting it up. We didn't hit 100 chats. I'm disappointed, but y'all did good. And I really appreciate the engagement that you gave. We spent some good quality lunchtime with each other. I know out on the West Coast it's early, and I appreciate you for dialing in. And if you're watching this and it is not Tuesday at 12 o'clock, thank you for going out to the YouTube channel and picking this session up. All right. Thanks for everything that you do for the electrical industry. Thank you for what you do for electrical safety. Remember to stay safe. And please stay healthy. Thanks, Nihad. Take care, everybody. See you next week.